Hey, everybody. This is not the Jacob Sheriff podcast. Really, it sort of is. It's a bonus episode. We're going to be doing something fun, hopefully. We don't know how it's going to turn out, but we're gonna see what it is. We've got some fun questions that we're just going to kind of go through. None of these are probably going to be of any spiritual value, so heads up there. This is probably sheer entertainment and fun, so put that hat on if you have a hat that says entertainment and fun on it.
Which you probably would not make synonymous with the Jacob Sheriff podcast.
Yeah. But anyway, part of what we want to do, even with this, is just to kind of try new things and see if this is something that maybe goes somewhere. So I've got some questions for you guys. And if these questions are just lame, just say, that one's lame. Let's move on to another one. But here's the first one. If you could be a personal assistant to anyone, who would it be?
Dead or alive?
It doesn't specify. Ooh. So I feel like you want to say somebody who's dead, maybe.
I'd be Dallas Willard's assistant.
There you go.
Alive. Huh. I don't know. You answer. I'll see if I have a good answer.
Ooh, John Foreman.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. I want to learn how to write them songs.
Yeah, he can write some songs.
Oh, my gosh. And how to balance like his project and then Switchfoot and then all the other stuff that he does. I would love to figure that out.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I got nothing else besides Dallas Willard.
I have there's some actors I might like to follow every now and then, like a Hugh Jackman. Mm-hmm. Like, how'd you stay that ripped that long? You know what I mean? Yeah. We're watching the X-Men series right now, so
I mean, he's Wolverine, so he's got the healing powers.
So turns out on the X-Men Origins Wolverine, like the little kind of, what's that called at the beginning? Description, like the short description. It calls that his alter ego. It says Hugh Jackman's alter ego, the Wolverine. I was like, well, wait a minute.
He has become that.
I thought the Wolverine's alter
was
ego
Logan.
was Logan. Yeah.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Just change his name to Hugh.
What's yours?
So I think if I'm just sort of like dreaming out there, I'd like to follow around and learn from some of people that I look up to creatively, and whatever field, even if it's not one I'm into, I think it would be really fascinating to follow Shigeru Miyamoto around, the guy who like created
alive too. He's alive.
Yeah, he's alive. Yeah. So he created Mario Brothers, Zelda, all of those
classics.
He's an incredibly like creative game designer, and that's a field I haven't ever really dabbled in. Like not to any serious level. And I would just think that would be super fun to see that creative process.
That would be cool. You're going to need a translator, but that would be super
Absolutely. Fun. Yeah. Yeah. Cause I definitely can't speak that language.
Dang, that's a good one. Gosh.
It's like Peter Jackson.
Yeah. That would be fun. That would be
There
cool.
you go.
That's about as creative as I can get.
Yeah. Or Brandon Sanderson. He's an author that I really enjoy the way he writes, and it would be fun to see his process. Though I did hear him say one time, like he wakes up at like 2:00 in the afternoon and then writes for like 9 hours and then plays video games all night and then goes to sleep. And then, so he has like a really weird schedule, but he has like, he writes at an incredible rate too. So yeah, it would be weird. I don't think I would be able to fit with that schedule, but anyway, here's the next question.
Sounds fun.
What is the one thing you'd be really disappointed if you never get to experience?
Your answer is good.
My kid's wedding.
Yeah.
Like if I don't get to experience that, I'm gonna be very upset.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a good answer.
That's a fantastic answer. Not stealing that, maybe adding to it. My kids' baptisms.
Ooh. Yeah.
That is the most amazing thing. Getting to see baptize my kids.
Yeah.
That's cool. And I've already had all my children, so I was at the birth of all my children. That would have been something I would hate to have missed.
Oh yeah. For sure.
All your current kids.
Oh yeah, that's right. I got one more.
You have one on the way. So
yeah, you better not miss that one.
Oh, there's no way. She would kill me.
Gosh, I don't know.
You know, you guys, for our sakes, you probably should say something about your wife.
Yeah,
we said our kids, but we love our wives too.
Oh dang!
If I never get to experience, gosh. Man, I think I would be really disappointed if I didn't get to take Audrey, to go see like New Zealand one day. That's something we've always sort of talked about, never seriously pursued, but it's been kind of one of those things that, like, we want to go to a place like that, whether it's that
Hobbiton.
Yeah, and go and see.
I was about to say, you have to go there. If you
So I think that would be disappointing. Like it would be like the story of Up, you know, like they always wanted to go to what was it like?
Oh man, if it wasn't so sad, I could totally see you being that way.
Yeah, like I would put balloons on my house.
Oh, dude,
and fly there if it was physically possible, but it's not.
No.
All right, let's see what else we got here. Have you ever had anything stolen? If so, what was it?
My heart.
Oh,
from my wife.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I got to make up for not using my wife as the example last question.
I think.
Stolen. I had Apple headphones stolen.
Like the ones that come with your phone?
Yeah. It's so the place I lived last, not my current house. Apparently I left my car unlocked. And in the morning, I woke up and the door was open, and the only thing of value that I left in there were headphones. So those were gone.
Yeah, that's sad.
I must have forgiven all the thieves that stole other things because I can't think of anything else.
I've had a few things stolen. So
We've had stuff stolen from the church.
Yeah. You have. That was more in your department that had to deal with that, though.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
I had 2 sets of disc golf discs and like my bag stolen twice.
Wow.
Out of my car. Oh, yeah. Man. So someone broke in my car, stole all my discs. And then it's like 4 months later, I had gotten all my discs back, like rebought them.
Same thing happened again.
And I was like, I'm done. I quit disc golf.
I see your signs, Lord.
Yes, I'm listening.
So I think the first thing I remember getting stolen, I was a kid. I had a Game Boy, not a Game Boy Color or Game Boy Advance, an actual like green pea green screen Game
Pea
Boy.
green?
Yeah, like the screen was green and had like, anyway.
Talking about the big gray one?
Yeah, the big gray.
Okay, that's typically how people talk about it. Not
well, the screen.
green.
The screen is pea green.
Yeah,
I've never heard that.
Yeah, it's
Disgusting.
It's really
You're not
gross.
old enough.
Probably not.
Anyway, so I had borrowed a bunch of games to go on a family vacation. And there was a Batman game that my cousin let me borrow that was super fun, and a few other games. And I had taken the Game Boy and I had a boxing game inside it, and I'd taken it into a restaurant. But all the other games were left in the van, and they got stolen out of the van. So for the rest of the time I had that Game Boy, I had some lame boxing game that wasn't very good, and no other fun games. And so that one stung. That one still stings.
Still, yeah, I can feel it.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I'm going to do a slow zoom. Fade to black and white.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's my stolen things story that I'll share.
Sad.
Let's see here. Do you have anything autographed by a celebrity?
So, true to form, I have a book signed by N.T. Wright. I have a book signed by Scott McKnight, Sky Jathani, Michael Hyatt. That's bad. That's all I can. Oh, Patrick Lencioni.
Oh, cool.
I do have a Patrick Lencioni. Had one 10-second conversation with Patrick Lencioni. It's really good. And he signed the book.
Very cool.
Jeez.
So books. That's pretty much all I got.
Yeah.
I don't have anything cool other than books.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of, I think I had a hockey puck signed by Mike Modano.
Oh, that's pretty cool. He's
Dallas Stars
He's a
from
hockey player.
like the late 90s, early 2000s, I think. I think that's all I got.
Dang. I have a shirt signed by Switchfoot. Except for John Foreman.
Oh,
dude, I have never gotten to meet him. I have,
and he's like your hero.
I know. Stop. So I'm 21, my 21st birthday. My brother-in-law surprises me with tickets to go see John Foreman. Well, his daughter is sick that night, so he has to leave immediately.
Yeah.
Understandable, totally fine. I'm like, I'll see him another day. I take our youth group to a concert. Switchfoot happens to be there. total coincidence.
Yeah, total.
Anyways, one of the students wins a raffle. We're at the Rangers Stadium for this event. It's called Spirit Fest. There are thousands of people there. One of the kids in my youth group wins the raffle to go meet Switchfoot.
Oh, wow.
And he gets to take one person with him. And I look at Andy, you have to take me right now.
I got you here.
Yes.
I'm your pastor. I control your soul.
Thank God he took me, and we get back there and John Foreman wasn't there. I turned to Andy. I was like, this is your fault. Somehow you did
You've
this.
sinned.
Yes.
You've sinned. And the Lord is punishing me for your sin.
Yes.
Oh, I did. I don't think I have like a photograph signed, but I met Petra.
Oh, yeah.
And the lead singer of Petra, and then Newsboys after Michael Tate became the lead singer. So I met them, took a picture with them. Me and Andrew Wagnitz.
Yep.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I was there for that too.
Shout out.
Oh, you were there? Yeah, we were there together reporting for Veracity.
Oh, yes. Veracity, the magazine.
The magazine.
Yeah. Yep.
Good times.
So I think the closest thing I have to that, and this is such a 90s Christian kid thing, maybe I guess early 2000s, but I have a guitar that is signed by Daryl Evans.
Daryl Evans.
Forgot about this.
Yeah. So he happened to be driving nearby our church and his car broke down. Somebody found him and that brought him to the church. I didn't even know what he looked like. Right. So I'm like, I mean, this is back whenever, Trading My Sorrows was like the jam at youth group. And he had written that song and a bunch of other ones. And I was like, whoa. This is amazing. And he's like, you really want me to sign your guitar? Like, this is a nice guitar. Why do you want me to write it? I was like, here, please. And he wrote, your passion for Jesus will inspire others or something like that, or set people on fire. I don't know. It was something very metaphorically. Anyway. Poetic. So I still have that guitar. It's still got his signature on it. Unfortunately, the guitar it fell out of the case, and punctured a hole in the top of the guitar at some point. And anyway, so it's not like in perfect condition, but I still have it. So yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. I'm never brave enough to like go ask somebody to sign something. I'm like, I mean, if you're in the environment and everybody else is doing it, cool. But I'm not often in those environments. So
me neither.
Yeah. All right, let's find another question. What did your 15-year-old self imagine you'd be doing right now?
Ugh.
Oh, man. So at 15, I thought I was going to be in politics. So
what?
I studied politics. I planned to study at 15. I was going to study because so the plan at 15 was I'd go to college and get a political science degree and a business degree, get an MBA from another college, like a D1 college, and then go into politics. Like own a business, learn business, and then make money, and then get into politics. That was my 15-year-old self. Zero.
I'm just blown away.
Zero interest in being in the ministry at 15.
Wow.
Zero. Had no intention, did not want to, did not plan to, did not want to do it.
My 15-year-old self thought that I would be playing in a hardcore rock Christian music band or Christian worship band, touring and like leading people in worship, but screaming like hardcore rock the whole time. Me and my buddies, that was like our thing. Right?
That's the dream, man.
Yeah, we had a band. Our name was God Kabod.
Yeah.
So wasn't that the time when like Christian ska was kind of breaking out?
The Supertones were really big.
Supertone Strike Back.
Yeah. You had Christian punk was a thing. So you had like MXPX and a bunch of other punk bands. G-Rock was a thing that you could watch on TBN at like 11 o'clock on a Saturday.
What a weird time you guys lived in.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. Like you were in a crew that could have done that.
Yeah.
Like your crew at that time, you all as friends played different instruments.
Yep.
And had a legitimate band that wasn't bad for being all teenagers.
We went and actually played a few shows. I mean, we never got our big break. And
God Kabod.
We eventually grew up a little bit and actually realized, if we actually sing real worship music and not just scream into the microphone and make noise, people might want to listen to us. So anyway, so we kind of pivoted and went that direction. But yeah, that's I think what I thought I was going to be doing, like, was just being a professional musician guy who went around and played shows.
I mean, that's pretty much what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be a famous musician. Yeah, write songs.
But you did have a bit of a break.
Yeah,
and like you were getting a break.
We
and
were
that's
on the
when
way.
The Lord told you stop.
Yeah, no. So we had we played a battle of the bands at House of Blues, and we won. And the deal was you got to talk to this guy who worked with Sony, and he set up this interview, and all I had to do was call him, and I just immediately was like, guys, I think it's time to break up the band.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your band Apollo Bay.
Apollo Bay. There's still music out there. You can find it.
What's funny is there's a Christian band now called Apollo LTD.
Oh.
And they're actually not bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I've not heard of them. I'll have to check it out.
Apollo
I like
LTD.
anything Apollo, I'll check out.
Even the Roman god Apollo.
I mean, I'll check it out.
I'll Google it.
Yeah.
Right. Given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest?
Ooh. I know what you're about to ask. Oh, dead or alive.
Well, I already asked that. I feel like I can't get a pass on two questions, so I'm gonna let you answer. We're gonna go with, because I always wanted to like sit with like the Apostle Paul. Like
Right.
I wonder what like resurrection, like what like, because we won't speak the same language, so like how's
Right.
all that gonna work in resurrection? Not sure. Like I can't wait to sit with the Apostle Paul, Dallas Willard, N.T. Wright.
Yep.
I'll be great after that. Maybe some Peter in there, but the Apostle Paul. But okay, so I'll keep thinking about living people.
Yeah, because you'd also add Dietrich Bonhoeffer to that list.
Bonhoeffer would be,
You've probably got a long
Really?
list of people.
So I'm trying to get outside of my normal, like all the authors that, or scholars or theologians that I
And I'm trying to
admire.
think of those people. Like, how do I not sound like a terrible
So
person?
I'm going to think much more practical here, and I'm going to say Chef Ramsay, because I bet if he's a dinner guest, he's probably going to cook.
Oh, yeah.
And
nice.
I
Dude,
mean,
but-
I don't know how good his food actually is. I mean, he's a personality, and he's kind of abrasive and annoying.
You better hope
Kind
he does
of.
not see this.
But, you know,
It's ruined.
yeah,
You're
I
ruined.
mean, we're canceled, right? It's just like we're done. Yeah, Chef Ramsay didn't like our YouTube video. Anyway, I think it would be interesting to have somebody who is a professional food maker over for dinner, but with the caveat that he has to cook. Sorry, because I'm not cooking for him.
Yeah.
Dude,
I wouldn't cook for him.
No way.
Not a chance. Let me think, because that changes the game a little bit. This is a hard one.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think about people I want to get to know in that way.
I mean, my
famous
answer is just
people.
going
I
to
don't even
keep
like
being the
famous people.
same.
So, okay. So the actor who is on Parks and Rec, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World,
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. Yeah.
yeah.
So like, he's probably someone I would be interested in sharing a dinner with. He is a believer, and like, he has maintained this very jovial character in all of his, roles, and, faced a lot of persecution for that, and yet seems to be maintaining his faith. He seems pretty humble. So like Chris Pratt, which isn't he like, isn't his Twitter handle like, oh man, his Twitter handle's interesting. And I can't remember I'm not on Twitter, so I don't
know.
It's like Pratt or something like that. Anyway, so if somehow Chris Pratt
Yeah. He wanted to hang out and
saw this and was like, I'm just even
Sure,
remotely in the area, I will buy dinner. And I would just love to have a conversation.
I'm sure it would be a very fun,
Oh, I got one.
hilarious conversation.
Kanye. Kanye is coming over for dinner for sure. I want to hear all about it.
That would be pretty solid.
That'd be pretty cool, man. I want to know about conversion. I want to know everything.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's one stipulation. He has to bring his choir. That would be awesome.
All right. We got a more simple one. Pancakes or waffles, and why?
Waffles. Because I make pancakes all the time for my kids.
Yeah.
So they call them, did you guys ever watch, I'm young, a little younger. I don't know if y'all watch this show, but Little Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I watched Little Bear, and there's a reoccurring thing that Father Bear makes Father Bear's flapjacks. So the boys, I make Father Bear flapjacks. But I'm sick and tired of Father Bear flapjacks.
The
Waffles.
You of us, you have one of the most interesting dynamics of a dad of only boys.
Yes.
So it's totally different, a dad of only girls. And then I got both. So like, there's just things we don't know another way, but like an only boy dad, you probably like things like that. Like I'm thinking I would never like tell my kids I'm making Papa Bear
Dude,
flapjacks, but like you're a boy dad, so like you're a storyteller, and anyway, that's pretty awesome.
I've not thought about that though. That there's differences in the way that we father.
I think dads making pancakes is pretty.
That's pretty
solid
standard.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing that my girls always want me to make. If I'm making anything,
You got to flip them though.
Yeah.
Do you flip them?
They actually stay in the living room while I do it.
Oh, so you secretly?
Yeah, I'll do. I won't do like flip. I won't flip them.
So waffles have a much greater tendency of getting too crispy. So I still like.
See, I like the crisp.
I don't like runny, like that kind of floppiness in a pancake, but I don't like any kind of hardness. So I still prefer pancakes. There's a lot more variety you can do, chocolate chip and all that kind of stuff that pancakes makes more sense for.
Yeah. I think
I want to overthink pancakes, but
I think pancakes
can't help it.
I actually don't like
help but overthink anything.
or waffles that are like overly sweet. Right. So like I don't want to smother them in syrup. Like I'll put a little bit of syrup, and sometimes I'll even just like dip the pancakes in the syrup rather than like smother it on it.
I just want to note that you as a professional voiceover guy said syrup and not syrup.
Syrup.
You said, wait, you did say syrup.
You said syrup.
Syrup. Is that
all
how
of
you
our?
say it?
I definitely say
that is how you're supposed to say it. Yeah. But in our
syrup.
like, so we recognize that there's people who listen to the podcast from like various parts of the world,
right?
And I take that for granted. We are in the South of America, not South America, but like the American South.
If you're the one person in Bixby, Oklahoma, we saw you.
Yep,
we saw you.
So we live amongst a people. Our tribe is mostly redneck, so we mispronounce a lot of English words.
We say y'all.
Yeah, like that is a natural form of our language is y'all. Like we don't have to consciously think about that. Mm-hmm. So just wanted to point out, in the midst of the social pressure to say syrup, you have maintained and preserved the correct pronunciation, at least in
I have to
not the Queen's English, but
have a neutral dialect.
American English.
Syrup. Is it transatlantic, transamerican? Like there's like an actual.
It's like
dialect.
a Midwestern. Like there's a
that's a thing, but there in Hollywood days, like early Hollywood days, when film was first like getting sound, there was a new accent specifically developed to sort of be this hybrid American English or American British. And I can't remember if it was transatlantic or transamerican or something. It has that prefix anyway.
I think it's interesting that you even know this.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the
background
cool
in place, man.
is, and you'll hear it if you listen to old movies, right? It's like,
yeah,
I'm going to talk to you, sir. Yeah. It's like, it's got this weird cadence to it. And you'll like the actresses will have like not quite British, but almost British sounds to their, and it's like a new accent that was developed at that time to try to appeal to a wide range of people in the country.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway.
So all that because of pancakes and waffles.
So wait, are you pancakes or waffles?
Oh, pancakes for sure.
Okay, weird.
Yeah.
Now, if you introduce French toast,
it's
game over.
Yeah.
Yep.
French toast wins every time.
It wasn't on the options though, so I guess we can't have French toast. Headphones or earbuds, and why?
We're all wearing headphones right now. Depends on the application, man.
So I will tell you why headphones, and I don't think you guys will be able to argue against it. When you're wearing headphones, nobody wants to interrupt whatever you got going on. Like you could be listening to nothing. You could just have headphones on. But if you're like busy at a coffee shop and you got headphones on, it's very clearly not going to walk up and start a conversation with you and interrupt your quiet meal there because you're in the zone.
I think these have become somewhat of that, though.
Oh, have they?
Like
Somewhat. Some people,
if you see these in someone's ear, a lot of times it's
like it's a do not disturb
Yeah.
sign.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't like I'm willing to have headphones for this environment, but like I like things to be small that I can carry with me, and I do not enjoy carrying any kind of headphones. So AirPods have definitely taken over.
I mean, I love these, but for whatever application.
Yeah.
So, but you do have a good argument there.
Yeah. Well, I guess it wouldn't.
I like anything that says "do not disturb" the introvert in me in public.
Oh, okay. Here's a less interesting one, but it's a question nonetheless. Hot Pockets or pizza rolls, and why?
So you can never, ever get Hot Pockets correctly heated.
Yeah.
So I would say taste-wise, Hot Pockets for sure. But there's almost no way to avoid having lava on the outside and glaciers on the inside.
Yeah,
there's just never seems to be a way to get that properly heated. I don't care if it's supposed to be in the sleeve or in the package. It just pizza rolls do taste like lava most of the time.
I love pizza rolls, man.
Yeah,
that was growing up. That was like the quickest solution. We'd just pour the whole thing on a baking sheet, and we'd just eat them.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, I was never patient enough to wait for them to cool, so I always burn myself. It's just worth it.
Lava.
Because it's like,
Yeah, you're eating all weird.
yep.
Poor people that are listening to this. They're just
If you didn't see that, that's okay. You just got the sound of.
All right, let's see what other we got. Maybe not that one. If you had to, I'll just say it. We don't have to answer. If you had to delete a person from your Facebook so they won't be part of your future, who would?
Oh, geez.
Ooh, that's a dart.
I'm going to skip that. Doesn't matter if I have an answer or not.
I don't even know.
Oh,
I have there's so many people on there.
I unfollow if I'm just not that interested in having that kind of connection. So
I don't blame you.
what strange food product will be bottled as perfume and cologne 20 years from now?
Sushi.
We got to think. We got to think in the future. You think there'll be sushi perfume or cologne?
I don't know. It's the first thing I thought of. Seems like a thing.
I could.
My
I
kids
could
love
see,
sushi, so they might enjoy a perfume or
I
a
could see
cologne.
like a bacon cologne,
That probably already exists.
probably.
I could see a.
that's just man smell.
How do you say this? Nutella?
Yeah.
I could see that being one.
Oh my gosh. You're talking about all the stuff my kids love. Nutella. They are
Ooh, here's an idea.
hazelnut.
Chocolate chip cookies. You know, you could walk in a room, it's just like chocolate chip
Oh,
cookies.
yeah.
Like, I wouldn't mind just walking
Smelling
with my wife.
like chocolate chip
You
cookies?
smell like chocolate chip cookies, babe.
Well, in 20 years, that'll be perfect.
Perfume. Oh, honey. You smell like chocolate chip cookies.
You're making me hungry. Let's go to the kitchen. Oh, man. What cool feature will all airplanes be equipped with 20 years from now?
Oh, man. Cool feature. Well, we're post-COVID, so space between you and the other person.
Dude.
There you
20
go.
years. Cool feature on the airplanes.
20 years from now. I think the cool feature will be that they do not have pilots. They'll all be automated.
Dude, that scares me so bad.
That is really scary.
But you're
20 years from
probably
now,
right.
Might be possible.
Would we not 20 years from now not have accomplished like teleportation or something like that?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it has the ability to leave the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Well,
And refuel in space.
Elon
Yeah.
Musk.
There'll be people on Mars by then, dude. We don't even,
I mean, I was
Isn't it like
airplanes.
2031 supposedly like the goal for?
Well, I saw SpaceX or like Elon tweeted out or shared like SpaceX's like terraforming plan of like that by this time we're here, we start terraforming here. We have a full colony by 2070 or something.
dang.
To have that kind of a vision.
Have y'all heard the theory that like he's actually an alien and he's just trying to
get home,
he's
dude.
just trying to get home. And, yeah.
What do you mean theory?
Yeah.
That dude he's not from here.
Oh man. What device could you not live without, and what would you do if it was no longer around?
Isn't this like everything we've been talking against.
Yeah. This feels a little
intentional living.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most people will die without their phone.
Yeah.
I would say coffee maker.
Okay.
I don't know though.
I mean, it's not a serious answer. It's a silly answer, but I really like having a coffee maker at home. It's
true.
And just like
most of
grinding and brewing my own coffee.
Well, does AeroPress an AeroPress device? Does that count as a device?
It's a device.
Because when I think of device, I think of
You think
something
electronics.
technological.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, it's
gadget.
coffee technology.
Yeah.
But it's still technology.
Man, is a car a device? I could probably live without my
So let's
phone.
change. Can we change a little bit of the question?
Yeah.
Like not a live without. What would maybe be the most missed?
The most missed.
Because live without, I could live without a bunch of stuff, but doesn't mean I want to.
The invention of the book.
You
We
guys are
couldn't live
terrible
without
at this.
Yeah.
Mine is probably TV because my wife and I like to watch movies together.
Yeah.
So if we didn't have that wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, but like, I mean, just like a car, the mobility.
It ain't driving itself. It's not a device.
Okay, so just a device.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot we do through our phone, so like that would be a very missed thing. There's a lot of stuff we are able to do with our phone that we don't need to do with our phone.
That's true.
But the phone itself, having the technology to call anyone like immediately, is a really hard thing to live without. And we have unintentionally learned that because when we like forget our phone, and now all of a sudden, it's like for like the entire time we grew up, or I grew up, like you explain to your parents where you're going to be at every point in time, and you have a curfew or whatever, and that's how they keep track of you. They don't know where you're at in between. You have to be where they say you are. And now, like, if I don't have immediate constant access all the time, now it's like, oh my gosh, what if I need you?
Right.
That has been a major shift in how we think.
Yeah. I still, like, it's weird to think, like, there was a time when I would go over to my friend's house or they would come over, and the only point of contact was the phone at the house, right? So
Yeah.
I remember one time, like, just going with my friends, and we would just walk around the city of Durant, and we were just, like, walking and just like, oh, we're going to go from his house to the arcade. There was an arcade at one point that we walked to.
There's an arcade again.
Yeah.
In
Annex
Durant.
Games.
NX Games.
Yeah. Shameless plug to anybody who lives in Durant. You should come by. Anyway. Okay. Let's say this is the last question.
All right.
Okay.
And this is maybe somewhat related to our leadership episode, but is maybe a funnier take on it. The oddest job you ever took to earn $1.
Wow. Man. I'm trying to think of all the times I did like odd jobs or whatever.
Yeah.
And still think that maybe my first job still qualifies as my oddest job, where I took those big old tape decks and put them on the roll, and from a computer played a commercial to get it on that big old tape deck. I just can't imagine the technology now thinking like that. And that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's probably the weirdest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's weird and what's not. When I was real young, I was probably like 14 or 15, and I worked at an Army surplus store inside of KD Depot for like a few days.
For a few days.
I
So
did.
maybe?
So as a fundraiser in school, I worked for Mervin's, and folded clothes and did stock and stuff like that. And so
I got
I
one.
worked retail, and retail is horrible.
For your class's senior trip, they were selling, the flags that everybody used to roll up in their windows of their car.
Yeah.
So your class was selling those.
We made a ton of money on that.
I made a ton of money on that. Here's what happened. My sister graduated with Jacob.
Yep.
The class hands me a bunch of these flags, and we're at an art gallery or something, or art, what are those? Expo at Loy Lake in Denison. Big old thing. and they just send this like 8-year-old kid roaming around like, hey, would you like to buy some flags? I sold all of the flags that day. It was awesome. So much so that they invited me on their senior trip because I made so much money.
The $1,500 Tyler raised is enough to have you on the senior trip.
It was awesome.
That's awesome.
So I got to go to Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Awesome. And
our senior
Universal
trip was pretty awesome.
Yes, it was.
That's awesome. I guess I would probably just say some of the scripts that I've recorded for like voiceover gigs on Fiverr are super random and weird. I can't recall like the specifics of one, but sometimes I'll get one and it's like I'm playing a character in a script for like some radio ad or something, but I only have like 3 lines, and those lines are like, "Oh my gosh," or you know what I mean? It's like I have to react to something that I'm not hearing.
Yes, I love that.
You know, it takes me 12 minutes to get it done, and I make $15. I'd say that's a pretty odd job to do to earn $1. And it was like, I mean, there were simple lines like, "Oh, I don't know about that." "Oh my gosh." You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what the script was. I don't have any context, but I have.
Did you ever get the end result? Like, did they show you that? Oh, you don't even know what it was for then.
This reminds me. Okay. Have you, it's an Arrested Development episode where Tobias tries to be on that commercial and it's for a fire sale. Yeah. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm burning. It's a fire sale." It's like the best part. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That reminds me of
like that. Yeah. All right. Well, that's whatever that was. I hope you all enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. If you want more of that stuff, let us know. Yeah. Put it in the comments. Leave a review.
Random questions.
Yeah. Let us know your answers to those. I want to read some of those.
Yeah. That would be very interesting. Well, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all of those things. Leave a review. And if you really didn't like this, then don't bother leaving like a negative review. Only rate the things you like.
My gosh.
Anyway,
this is only an extra.
Inappropriate to say, but this is an extra. This is random and weird and out there. And anyway, we thank you for watching. Have a good one.